complete bluegrass guitar solo in the style of the Milk Carton Kids' Kenneth Pattengale. Check it out, it's gonna look and sound like this. Break that down. Okay, taking a close look at the fretboard of this beautiful JCP 482B by Journey Instruments. That's a company that's better known for their travel guitars with the collapsible necks. And in fact, I didn't even know that they made traditional guitars, but they do. And this is a really beautiful example of a parlor-sized instrument, one that I highly recommend. I have a capo here on the 5th fret position. I'm using a Black Mountain Guitar Picks capo, which is really special because it has this spring-loaded mechanism on the back of the capo, which allows it to conform perfectly to the fretboard. And also you can control how much pressure you're putting down on the strings, so that way it's not pulling your guitar out of tune like these clamp-style capos do. All right, so putting this on the 5th fret position, that's gonna take us up a 4th, and we're playing over top of a 1-4-5 progression. We're gonna have the shapes G major, C, G, and D. G major, C, and a quick G, D, G. All right, and right there, that's the first 2 licks that we're gonna learn today. Let's play them nice and slow, get them into your ear first. So, a 1 and 2 and 3. C. All right, that first phrase is suited to the G major chord. It's taken right out of his playbook. And we're gonna be targeting some chord tunes that we have right here on the 4th frets of the G, 3rd fret of the B. Moving up chromatically, starting with the open strings, then grabbing 2 and 1 of the G and B, up a half step, up another half step, and sliding away. Then we're going to repeat that, but at the end of that phrase, we're going to slide up to the major 3rd of the G chord, and also grab ourselves the 5th of the G chord, 3rd fret of the B string. All right, put that together, and we have our first lick. Really nice phrase over G major. It's important that you know exactly where to come in. So a 1 and 2 and 3, da, da, da. All right, now phrase number 2, the C major chord comes in. We'll target some chord tones there as well. All right, beautiful little phrase there. We're sliding 4 up to 5 on the D string, open G, and then go into the 5th fret of the B string. Take that down a full step, and then find your way down to frets 2 and 1 of the same strings. Right there we have some chord tunes, right? Put licks 1 and 2 together and they should sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3. All right, now let's turn up the heat. This is going to be a fast lick, taking us from the G major chord to the 5 chord D major. Looks and sounds like this. Coming out of lick number 2. And real slow. Okay, let's break that up into 4 easy to learn parts. Part number 1, just moving chromatically on the B string. I like to pair it with some open strings. Part number 2, that was 3, 2, 0, 0, pulling off on the G string. Put parts 1 and 2 together, we got. Now now part number 3. All right, here we're playing 2 O O O on the D, G, D, and A strings. All right, parts 1 through 3 together. And then finally, we're playing a hammer-on 1 up to 2 on the A string, then 0, 2, and then into the next measure as the D chord comes in, we're playing its root note, open D string. Okay, so this is the lick. All right, in its entirety, we want to make sure that we're throwing in those pull-offs as well. So we have one here on the B string, right there on the G, and we have a hammer-on right there on the 1st fret A string. Really impressive transition lick taking us to the 5-chord D major, where we're gonna play our next phrase. So. All right, beautiful arpeggio lick. It's so important that we get these licks into our ear first, then we break them up into digestible chunks. Okay, so breaking this one up. Part number 1. That was just on the D string. 0, 2, 3, hammering up to 4. It's got a very specific rhythm. All right, now part number 2. All right, that was 2, 4, 3, 2, visualizing that D major chord. Next, we're going to walk up chromatically. Now we're finding ourselves with our pinky on the 5th fret high E string. Finally, we're going to arpeggiate that D chord shape again and play. That was 2 with the slide, 3, O, O, open B, open G. Put that together and we have a great lick for the 5-chord D major in that bluegrass kind of style. All right, from there, this solo is gonna get a little bit easier. All right, let's see if we can play everything we have so far at a nice slow tempo. So, a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. C major, G major, D. Okay, from there, the G major chord is gonna come back in, and we're gonna meet that change with this kind of manic, somewhat dissonant ascending line, moving chromatically up the fretboard. And as you can see, it's something that we can do for the C major chord as well, simply by moving it down to the floor 1 string. Okay, now, you don't have to be so exact with your pick for this lick. It's more about the rhythm. But a general approach here is going to be a hammer-on from 1 to 2 on the A string. Then, we're gonna hit the A string and the open D string. We're gonna do the same thing as we move, sliding chromatically on that A string. Now sometimes I like to have some open strings mixed in throughout that lick. It makes it sound more crazy, a little bit more dissonant. And that's something that is kind of a hallmark within Pattengale's playing. He always mixes in these really sweet licks with these intense dissonant licks and lots of chromaticism. It makes you feel uncomfortable, but there's always a payoff, which is, I think, is something that is very special about his playing. Okay, now let's try it over the C major chord. Put them together, it should sound like this. That gets us to our final line of music, where we're gonna do some traditional bluegrass runs. The G run, the D run, and then finally, a classic ending. Okay, get those together. This is actually the first bluegrass lick I ever learned. It's equally great for country. We're gonna strum a G major chord. It could just be the root note, but it sounds great if you can throw in that full chord. All right, that's gonna be for the G major chord, the first half of the measure. Strum, oh, 1, 2, oh, 2, oh. Then when the D major chord comes in on that second half of the measure, we're playing oh, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. Stopping short right there because we're gonna have that ending coming in real quick. So over that G, D, G, we're playing. All right, then we're gonna play. All right, D and G strings together, down, up. Then we're descending down, 3, 2, 1. Pairing it with the open G string before. All right, the open strings again. Then we're gonna play 1 sliding up to 2, and then strumming through the G major chord. All right, hitting the root note first and then following through. That final line of music should sound like this: G, D, G. All right, now let's slow it down, put all of this into context. We're gonna see if we can play through the entire solo. All right, here we go. A G, D, G, 2, C, G, D, G, C, G, D. All right, and now a little bit faster. G, stop. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this. I got a full tab and PDF and also Guitar Pro for you at patreon.com/swiplessons to help you with your study. And be sure to check out this guitar and this really sweet capo. Links are down in the description. Have fun.